Okay, so I'm here with Nigel Clarke, best known as Clarkey, who's a former Downend Cricket Club player, now lives in Wales, so we very rarely see you over the season, Clarkey, but what have you been up to during lockdown?
Well, mainly, I don't know, well, most of the people at the club know I like my singing, so I've been doing some videos and putting them on Facebook. They're not the best, but there we go, you can only do what I can do. Basically, that's about it. I've just been either watching telly or going, we've got a nice little walk just by us, so
Yeah.
been out every day for an hour having a little walk around the old coal tip, which they've now planted over, so, but yeah, that's about it really. Bit of singing, bit of watching the telly.
Have you missed cricket at all for the first 2 weeks that the season was meant to be starting?
Well, when I stopped playing cricket, and I stopped playing football more or less at the same time, I thought I would miss the football but not miss the cricket, but it's actually turned out the other way round.
Yeah.
I do miss it. I had started going down to Sophia Gardens to watch Glamorgan in the 2020 games and stuff like that, not so much county games. And I've been involved in the last couple of Champions League, not Champions League, what was it they call it? Champions League.
Ah, yeah.
Things down at Cardiff, working as a meter and greeter and working on the media and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I had the pleasure of escorting all the team captains across from the dressing rooms to the media room for their pre-match interviews and stuff like that.
Wow.
So got to meet quite a few of the old international players. So
yeah.
It was quite an honour to be picked to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's about it, really.
Sorry.
What's that, mate?
I was waiting for you to say something.
Oh, sorry. No, what? Well, we must speak about your time at Downend.
Right.
Can you remember any of your early memories at the cricket club?
Well, I can tell you how I started at Downend. We lived in Australia for a couple of years, and we came back, and my parents bought a house on North Street.
Yeah.
3 houses up, actually, from the ground.
Oh, yeah.
And Colin Phillips, who everybody knows as Louis, was living in the house nearest to the cricket ground. And there happened to be a junior game on, and Downend were one short. So he asked me if I play cricket, and I said, sort of.
Yeah.
But I had no kit.
Yeah.
So I went over and played for the junior. It was an under-18 game, and I think I was probably around 12 or 13 at the time. And I played wearing a white T-shirt, white shorts, white socks, and daps. I batted at number 11, so I didn't get in. It was a 20-over game.
Yeah.
And that's how I started at Downend. And I started playing, because I played regularly for the juniors after that, in the under, because we only had one junior team then, which was an under-18 side. So I was playing with people like Martin Coombs, Bob Peacock. Can't remember too many others. There was a guy called Dave Dunster. I think he probably came a year or two after. So I played for the under-18s all the way from being a 12-year-old until I was slumped to play for the juniors.
Brilliant.
And I remember my first game for the third team.
Yeah.
Again, they were one short. The captain was a guy called Hayden Turner. He was affectionately known as Pads. He was the wicket-keeper who used his pads more than his gloves. And we played, if I remember rightly, it was on an old airfield.
Okay.
Somewhere around Bathway, somewhere it was.
Yeah.
And we lost the toss. They batted first and scored something like 120. Mm-hmm. We went into bat and we batted 2 overs and a half absolutely hammered down with rain. So that was the end of that game.
You didn't play a game of football, did you?
Sorry?
You didn't play a game of football when it rained?
No, we just went and got changed and went home because there was no way it was going to stop. It absolutely hammered down.
From playing as from one short in an under-18s game at that age, from then playing in the third team, you were involved in the 1977 season when Downend won the Western League for the first time.
It was, yes.
What was that season like from your point of view?
Well, for me, I actually started the season in the third team.
Okay.
And I was vice captain of the third team at the time, and the captain of the third team was a guy called Roy Dando. People used to call him the General. He was always referred to as General Dando. And we were in the dressing rooms having selection on the Monday night, and Chris Wellman said that he wanted the best fielder in the club play in the first team because they were leaking runs here, there and everywhere.
Yeah.
And Roy Dando said, well, look no further, and pointed at me. And that's how I got into the first team as a fielder.
You were in so you were dragged into the first team to play as a fielder?
Yeah,
okay.
To save runs. When I went in, my first game, I believe, was against Cardiff at Sophia Gardens.
Okay.
And being drafted into the side as a fielder, I ended up, the first over, I was down at fine leg. And I went up to Chris Wellman and I said, if I'm inside for my fielding, why am I fielding at fine leg?
Yeah.
And he said, well, every time the ball goes down there, they always get 2 runs, but while you're down there, they're only getting 1. So I was fine leg from one end and mid off at the other end.
So that's a way to remember your first team debut, kind of.
Yeah.
From that point of view, did you then play the whole season in the first team, and were you in there specifically as a fielder, or were you then dragged in as a batsman or something else?
Well, I started off batting at 9 or 10.
Okay.
So very rarely got in to bat.
Yeah.
And by the end of the season, I'd been promoted to 6. So I was never the greatest batsman, and I certainly couldn't bowl. My fielding was my forte at cricket.
Okay.
I very rarely dropped catches. Miles would tell you.
What Miles Davis?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'll make sure I ask him.
But and I think I was probably one of the first fielders who started diving.
Whatever.
Yeah, because I was a goalkeeper as well.
Yeah.
Whereas other people would let the ball go past them, I would dive for it.
Yeah.
And that's how I got my reputation, really, is it was quite a funny incident one time, but Louis and John Brown were the junior coaches at the time.
Yeah.
And we were having fielding practice, and I had a box of matches in my back pocket.
Yeah.
And Louis was smashing the ball down the ground, calling your name out, and then you had to obviously field it. And he put one probably about 10 yards wide of me, and I started in for it, dived, and the matches went off in the back pocket. So I had a bit burnt backside. And it was on a Monday night when they had selection, and the old stand was still at the ground, which you obviously wouldn't remember.
No.
And they rang the selection committee were up on the stand, and you'd never heard such wild laughter in your life. Like all this smoke came out of my backside.
Smoke out his backside. For touching on Chris Wellman a bit, he sometimes pops up the club now. His grandson plays in the first team, Dan Semple. What was he like as a captain?
Chris was very meticulous.
Okay.
He gave a very good team talk before every game.
Yeah.
the team talk after some of the games weren't quite so good, depending on whether you won or lost.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was very tactically aware. He knew who his best fielders were, and he knew where to put them.
Yeah.
Like the fielding side we had Andy Bromley, who was a great fielder.
Yeah.
We had a guy called Nigel Treneman, absolutely fantastic fielder. We had John Thompson, who was a brilliant fielder, and we all know John, the legend.
Yeah.
And the side basically was built on a fielding side.
Yeah.
Stop the opposition getting runs, and we'll knock them off.
Yeah, very
basically.
good tactic. Yeah.
So that was pretty much Chris's philosophy. In fact, I've just been reading the Centenary book, and he's actually mentioned the fact that those names I just mentioned made a really significant part of winning the league.
What's the fielding point of view?
Yeah.
Well, it's obvious, isn't it, when you stop runs and then you knock them off, stopping runs in the field, these days, could you compare it to these days? I mean, you've probably watched games of cricket where games are won and lost on the field from protecting 30 runs and saving 40 runs. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when you had, there were quite a few youngsters, there was Andy Thomas, and who was another good fielder. Glyn Evans played occasionally in that year, and another good fielder. I don't think that they actually come out of the juniors much before that season.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of young, fit, enthusiastic fielders.
Yeah.
And like I say, we were saving the team 30, 40, sometimes 50 runs in a game.
Yeah.
So it all contributed to, made the batsman's job a little bit easier when they went out in the second innings.
Yeah, definitely.
And we had some great characters in the side as well. Jim Matthews was probably the most laid-back person I've ever come across. Fantastic bowler. He was probably the weak link in the fielding side because he wasn't too fussed about chasing a ball. But very, very good bowler, and he was the guy that went in and, with 5 overs to go and you needed 30 runs, and he stuck everything over the churchyard.
A bit like the Phil Jackson of nowadays.
Yes, yeah. And he was a lot bigger than Jackson.
We'll stay on. Go on.
Sorry, we had somebody that you would, whose name you would remember as well, because he was an ex-Rovers player, Mr. Harold Jarman.
Yeah.
A very, very, very good batsman.
Did he play for Downend?
He did play for Downend, yes. He was actually in the 77 team.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow. We'll stay on the topic of the 1977 and when you played Clarkey. A name, Alan Border. Do you want to just tell the listeners a story about him when he went to Gloucestershire for a trial?
All I can tell you is probably what you already know, is that he played a couple second 11 games up there, and then they told him that he just wasn't good enough for county cricket.
And when he was told he wasn't good enough, did he come to Downend?
He came to Downend before he was told he wasn't good enough for county cricket.
Okay.
He went to Downend. He wasn't getting a lot of games apparently, and he was up at the county ground with Dave Bridle, who was the groundsman up there at the time.
Yeah.
Alan Upton, who was I'm not sure whether Alan was still playing at the time.
Okay.
But he would have been in the second team probably if he was playing.
Yeah.
Just happened to be there. So Dave Bridle said to Mr. Border, "How would you like to go and play for Downend?"
Yeah.
So that's basically the way he came and played for us. He wrote a letter to the club asking if he could become a member.
Okay.
And obviously he was told yes.
Yeah.
And I remember his first game for us was against Imperial.
Okay.
At the old Imperial ground over in Knowle Way. And it's actually in the book. We were something like 12 for 1 after 12 overs.
Yeah.
And Mr. Border went in, and first ball we received from their top spinner, he cracked it over the top of the pavilion about 2 or 3 tennis courts up. And he went on and scored 72, so we all thought, we got one here.
Yeah, definitely. Why not?
He didn't score a tremendous amount of runs for us. He took some wickets with his spin, and he took some of the best catches filled in at gully. So that's basically all I can tell you about Alan Border, because I didn't really spend a lot of time with him.
No.
But what I can tell, one other thing I can tell you was when I lived in Australia, as a young lad, I actually played against him in Australia as well.
Oh, was he a good cricketer when you played him in Australia as well?
Well, we were only sort of 10 or 11 then.
Ah, right, I see. So you're quite young.
I was actually keeping wicket, and I caught him down the leg side.
That's your claim to fame.
And he actually remembered that when I met him, when he came to the club.
Oh, really? And I guess
he actually remembered playing against me.
Oh, brilliant. So, what was it like playing for Downend, and how has cricket changed over the years since you played Clarkey?
Well, I think the standard of fielding has definitely gone up.
Yeah.
There's a lot of the fielding back in the day, because you had older players playing in basically first team cricket at the time, and they weren't too keen on chasing the ball. And now, like the first team at Downend now, the average age is 25 to 30-ish.
Yeah.
Whereas when I started playing, the average age of the first team was probably 45. They didn't seem to want to put youngsters into the side.
Yeah.
But now it appears to me to be more of a young man's game now.
Do you think that's an improvement that a club like Downend are invested in the youth and trust in the youth and handing responsibility over to them?
Yes, I think the setup at Downend now. Obviously I don't get to come up there very often anymore.
Yeah.
But from what I've seen of the setup up there with the young stars and everything else that's going on, the number of people you've got involved in the club now. I mean, back in my day, it was the same 5 or 6 people that did everything.
Yeah.
Whereas now, the players and supporters even seem to be a lot more involved. Like the improvements you're doing now with the dressing rooms and what have you.
Yeah.
There's lots of different people. You've got companies. You've obviously got somebody there that's going looking for companies to donate stuff or sponsor or whatever.
Yes. Yeah.
And the actual clubhouse itself, I was amazed. I saw you when I came up, probably last year sometime.
Yeah, I remember you telling me how much has changed and how much of an improvement it was.
It just looked absolutely fantastic. I mean, when I started playing, that clubhouse was about half the size that it is now. And because where your top end of the club is, that used to be an old grandstand there.
Yes, yeah. I remember my dad telling me that.
But even now, like with all those nice doors and all the Downend CC stuff, that's been embossed into the windows and everything. It just looks something else.
Yeah. Do you think that cricket has changed for the better over the years?
I'm not sure really, because not having played for quite a while now, for like 10 years or so.
Yeah.
I think I played my last game. Actually, I played my last game when I was 60, so that's only 6 years ago.
That's good going. That is.
I'm not sure about local cricket, because obviously I haven't watched any of it, so I don't really know. If what the standard is like these days. I can only go from when I played. Like I say, from the time I started at the club, when the first team was basically a bunch of old codgers, and then it suddenly became a much juniors are brought on now is a lot different to when I was a junior.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
You get a lot more coaching and,
yeah.
you know, I mean, I can remember one little bit with Colin Phillips, you know, Louis, who was a fantastic wicket keeper.
Yeah.
And he was trying to make me into a wicket keeper. He failed miserably. But he used to get Jim Matthews, who was quite a quick bowler. We used to go out on the square. We'd put the stumps in. He used to make me stand up to the stumps, and he'd put a bench behind me.
So
Jim would come steaming in. It was so that I couldn't move back.
Yeah.
You know, if I did, I'd break my neck, sort of thing. Like, you know, that was the sort of training we got.
Goodness me.
It was like do or die.
I can't see anyone doing that these days.
No, I think health and safety might have something to say about that these days.
100%. Clarkey, we've run out of time, but thank you very much for taking your time out to speak to me.
That's okay, Ollie. It's a pleasure, mate.
Cheers. Thank you.